Hello guys, welcome back, and I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So this is a new video in our ongoing Repertory Exam Revision Series. So in this video we'll be covering the important 20 marker of our final year papers of repertory, that is types of repertories. So without much ado, let us begin. Types of repertories. Classification of types given below is based on categories made on basic concepts reflected in construction of repertories so as to serve their purpose in homeopathic practice. So before we study the types in detail, let me just make one point clear that these videos are a revision videos or videos you can refer before starting your studies, right? We do not endorse any shortcuts to studies. Of course, the textbooks hold the highest priority, but before exams, if you want to revise something, if you want to start your studies, you can always watch these videos as an aid to your studies, right? So the various types of repertories include Puritan repertory, logico-utilitarian repertory, clinical repertory, alphabetical, regional, and special. The first one, the Puritan group of repertories. As the word itself says, these are the types of repertories whereby symptoms are indexed as it is, that is, in prover's original words. Such repertories have various chapters. Symptoms are indexed in related chapters and in alphabetical order. Drugs are abbreviated form. Drugs are in abbreviated form. Symptoms retain their quality as they are in prover's word. This is a great advantage through this type of repertories. The example is the most important concordance repertory of the most reliable symptoms of the homeopathic materia medica by William D. Gentry. Repertory of Herring's guiding symptoms of our materia medica. Second, logico-utilitarian repertories. In this type of repertories, indexing of symptoms is done in the form of rubrics. These rubrics are constructed and arranged on definite logic to meet its utility. Please refer chapter rubric for further detail regarding presentation of these repertories. Examples include Therapeutic Pocketbook by Dr. Bonninghausen, Repertory of Homeopathic Materia Medica by Dr. J.T. Kent, a repertory part of Synoptic Key by Dr. C.M. Boger, a Synoptic Key of Boger, and BBCR, or the completion of Bonninghausen's work, BBCR. Then comes the card repertory. Dr. Jugal Kishore was one of the pioneers in the card repertory, and Dr. P. Shankaran card is also one of the pioneers and the first person to start the card repertories along with Dr. Jugal Kishore. Clinical repertories. In this type of repertories, mainly diseases, locations, pathological conditions are indexed. It has alphabetical arrangement having no gradations to drugs. Concomitants and modalities are indexed to individualize the conditions. Dr. Herring expressed his views regarding such indexing. Such repertories are required to demonstrate that in homeopathy, for the same condition, disease, there is no single drug, but many drugs depending upon individuality of every case. Examples include The Prescriber by Dr. John Henley Clark, a clinical repetitive dictionary of homeopathic materia medica by Dr. J.H. Clark. However, clinical pathological rubrics are also listed in logical-utilitarian type of repertories. Advantage. Such repertories help in situation when a case is looked from diagnostics pathology point of view. It provides possible characteristics drugs covering same diseases, location, and also for quick references for one-sided or terminally sick patients or in emergency cases. Alphabetical repertories. In this type of repertories, there are no chapters but rubrics are arranged in alphabetical order. Rubrics bear all their qualifications. The main idea in making repertory in this way is for locating rubrics easily, irrespective of their region types. The best example here is Dr. Phatak's A Concise Repertory of Homeopathic Medicines by Dr. S. R. Phatak. Regional repertories. This type of repertories represents indexing of symptoms of particular region, disease for quick references or in-depth study. Indexing of locations, sensations, modalities, and concomitants of the region disease is done in detail, usually as part 2, whereas part 1 usually homeopathic therapeutics is given on the subject. The main example here is diarrhea, the homeopathic therapeutics of diarrhea by Dr. Bell, and the therapeutics of facial and sciatic neuralgias by Dr. Lutz, headache and its materia medica by Dr. Underwood, and ophthalmic diseases as and their homeopathic therapeutics by Dr. A.B. Norton. The therapeutics of fever, intermittent fever by Dr. Allen, the homeopathic therapeutics of hemorrhoids by Dr. Guernsey, repertory to the rheumatic remedies by Dr. Robert, Lee and Clark's Cough and Expectoration. Special repertories. Such repertories represent concentrated work on selected topics. Example, Sensations as if, a repertory of subjective symptoms by Dr. Roberts. Times of the Remedies and Moon Phases by Dr. C.M. Boger. Repertories are available in various forms like books, cards, mechanical, which includes audiovisual repertory by Dr. R.P. Patel, and digital, which is computerized. Following are some of the recent repertories. The complete repertory by Dr. Zanderwood. Synthesis, one of the most important and one of the most frequently used repertory by practitioners all across the globe, which was made by Dr. Stroins, Dr. Frederick Stroins. The Murphy's repertory, the homeopathic clinical repertory by Dr. Murphy. Following are some of the homeopathic softwares: Homepath Classic version 8, Kara, Radar, and Mac repertory. This is one of the picture of Mac repertory, wherein we can view various reference works, materia medica, different books of authors, rubrics, selection of rubrics, search options available. Then we have the card repertories. Primary step towards computerization. Repertory came into existence to combat memory and time limitations. Card repertory was further a step to minimize time taken for the process of repertorization. A rubric is displayed on each card whereby punches is made against drugs covered by that particular rubric. Not all rubrics and drugs selected for display on cards due to limitation on the number of cards, unlike printing matter. Cards are made of durable material of the size by which can be easily handled. Rubrics are displayed clearly, maybe in coding, and cards are numbered properly to locate them easily. Card repertory went on improving. Dr. Guernsey was first one to introduce card repertory. It was published in 1888 based on Dr. Boningossen's therapeutic pocketbook. As it is presented in the section of History of Repertory, various teachers like Dr. Allen, Dr. Margaret Tyler also contributed. Dr. Field also contributed. Dr. Field was the first to publish idea of making card repertory, compiling all existing repertories of Dr. Boningossen, Dr. Kent, Dr. Boger, Dr. Skinner, etc. However, it was not a successful attempt, but at first giant leap towards the idea of completing the repertory. It is due to Dr. C.M. Boger's genius and acumen we got a concise card repertory named as Boger's Card Repertory, which is compiled in a small booklet, General Analysis. Dr. P. Shankaran contributed card repertory in 1955. Here he increased list of symptoms and drugs from 224 drugs of Dr. Boger's list to 222. Dr. Jugal Kushore's contribution is the latest in terms of number of symptoms, more than 10,000 cards and drugs. He tried to cover like Dr. Field, Dr. Kent, and Dr. Boningossen's work in more systematic manner. Thus, this work is ever expanding work. Even then, a card repertory is not expected to present all the characteristic symptoms of the entire homeopathic materia medica. Dr. George Brocelian began a new era based on similar concepts of card repertory, adding modern technologies. He was the first to prefer perforated cards to run on the computer program for it. That is how he could make entire canned repertories available. 1861 cards and 640 drugs. This was a beginning, which continued to the extent that today we have not only Boningossen's, Dr. Kent's, and Dr. Boger's work on repertory available, but also Dr. Allen's, Dr. Clark's, Dr. Nair's work, etc. Along with modern repertories, all possible repertories, including specific repertory on the desk of a homeopathic physician, occupying just a 5 to 7 square feet, thanks to computerization. Homeopaths always face a problem about limitation of data of repertory. It would be a past. Now, a search facility in the computers helps to find out drugs of a similar symptom from all over a book of materia medica and from all possible books of materia medica fed in the computer. This located drugs of a particular symptom can be further repertorized with various rubrics. Due to computerization, vast reference from various repertories in materia medica has become possible in just a few minutes. Thus, Hahnemann's idea of a symptom on a slip was transformed into card repertory, which ultimately became a modern tool for repertorization in a form of homeopathic software, which with help of repertorization. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, so to summarize the video, now let's look into the final flowchart of the types of repertory. So we have the three basic varieties here, the three basic types, wherein we have the books, okay, then we have the card repertories, and the final one is the mechanical aided repertories. In the books, we further have the generals and the particulars. General and particular. Alright, so in general we'll be having the two types again, Puritan and logico-utilitarian. Okay, and further in logico-utilitarian we'll be having the Kantian concept, the Bonning-Ossen's concept, alphabetical and general clinical. So this is further divided into Kantian, Bonning-Ossen, alphabetical, there is Fataks, and finally the general clinical. So this is the logical utilitarian. Now in particulars we have the regional repertories and the special repertories. So this is the main crux of the types of repertory. Then in card we have the slip pattern, the slit pattern, the disc pattern, and the cards finally. And lastly, in mechanical aided we have the auto-visual by Dr. Patel, the computer softwares, and lastly the mobile applications like HomePath. So this is the final classification ka flowchart wherein we have the books first, books, cards, and the mechanical aided. Books are further divided into generals and particulars. In general, we have the Puritan repertory and the logical utilitarian repertory. The logical utilitarian repertories are further divided into Kent's, Bonning-Ossen's, alphabetical order, and general clinical. In the particular sections, we have the regional repertories and the special repertories. Then we have the card, slip pattern, slit pattern, disc, and cards. And finally, the autovisual repertory, the computer softwares like Kara, Synthesis, Radar Opus, and the lastly mobile applications like HomePad. So I hope this video will be helpful for you all to revise the classification of repertories, the types of repertories. This is again a very revision video, a handy video before examination. You can revise the whole topic under 10 minutes. So yeah, that's for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and to share it with your fourth year friends. All right, goodbye, take care, thank you.